Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Hoyer-Evans, Curriculum Coordinator for iPathways. And today I'd like to talk to you about professional development and why we need to be lifelong learners. As I was scrolling through Facebook over the weekend, one of my fellow teachers posted a screenshot of a nursing textbook highlighting a section that had been included on pain management as it breaks down by ethnicity. Some of the statements included were that Blacks often reported higher pain intensity, Jews may be vocal and demanding of assistance, Native Americans tended to be less expressive, both verbally and non-verbally, and on and on and on. It was singularly disturbing, particularly in light of recent events. This was in a current nursing textbook. Someone read it, someone approved it, passed it through the editor, and published it as a scientific fact. This to me was like the best demonstration of why we need professional development. As we know better, we do better. In addition to checking for privilege and bias in ourselves, we should strive to be on the leading edge in our fields, whatever they may be. This is where professional development comes in. I propose that you never give up on improving. For most instructors, we're lifelong learners, always looking to improve what we're doing, see a greater positive outcome for our students, and additionally, knowing new things makes you a shoo-in for the neighborhood trivia contest team. Just as parents are the single greatest influence in children's life choices, teachers are the single greatest influence in education choices. Before we think about curriculum, educational benchmarks, and all the rest of the important learning lingo, we must be what we want to create. Model what you want. If you want students who are curious, seeking new knowledge, engaging in their own self-improvement, you should demonstrate this yourself at every point. Talk about the new things you've learned with your students, whether it's how to change your oil or fix your vacuum cleaner or the newest research on brain science. Your enthusiasm about learning new information will translate. Trust that the numbers bear this out. When I was younger, I worked for an early childhood special education grant, and one of my jobs was to tally the workshop evaluations at the end of every workshop. And it was amazing and shocked and alarmed me that in every workshop there was at least one attendee who complained about having to participate in professional development. Why can't we just get certified and that's it? Why do we have to keep going to these things? First, egads. And second, perhaps I was misinterpreting this. Maybe it's because professional development has traditionally been seen as tedious and not focused on real teachers' needs. Maybe the focus on earning a certain number of CEUs per a certain time period caused teachers to sign up for trainings that were not relevant to them just to pad their numbers. But I also know, because I'm a realist who would genuinely like time to stand still, that I've been in some of these classrooms, and there are people out there teaching who feel that they're done learning. Once they create a lesson plan, they do not want to have to update it. They do not want to have to question it or possibly even start over from scratch based on new information. For those on the fence about PD, here are some of the amazing benefits of vigorous, focused professional development. First, it sets you up for success. The teaching discipline is constantly changing, as is the language surrounding it. If you're not staying current with the new language, the new tools, you will not be seen as someone who should be given more responsibilities or more prominence in your local program. 2, it expands your knowledge base. To your students, you are the subject matter expert. While it's perfectly acceptable to occasionally say, I don't know, I'm going to have to look that up and get back to you, you don't want to have to do it all the time, or you'll begin to erode your own ethos with your students. Each time you have the answer to one of those questions, You add a brick to the mansion that is your credibility. 3, it's a confidence booster. Speaking from a place of authority gives us the confidence to stand up in a room full of people and dispense our knowledge and encourage them to build their own knowledge base. If you've attended a good professional development session, you know the feeling of exhilaration that comes from taking new information and applying it directly to your classroom, only to see improved results. Think of the classroom as your test. PD is the stellar study group that gets you ready to ace that test. 4, networking. Professional development is one of the best ways to get to know your fellow teachers in a low-stress environment. Networking is as important to teachers as it is in any other profession. They may have information or connections that help you do your job better. Perhaps someone in that workshop knows a community member who might be a useful connection for your class. Veteran teachers are also great about sharing their resources and their experiences. 5, helps teachers set and achieve goals. Professional development can help us identify specific areas in our teaching that we're less comfortable with and create a plan to increase our effectiveness. For instance, if we know we're not being thorough enough with our assessment, we can target that area for professional development. If we'd like to improve our content delivery or try a flipped classroom, we can learn about it in professional development and then try it. 6, improves job satisfaction. Did you know that almost 50% of new teachers leave the profession within 5 years of starting? Research indicates that this is overwhelmingly due to the inadequate support and supervision that they experience. Most only had a student teaching gig and then bam, they've got their own classroom. This is clearly not enough to create the kind of nurturing environment teachers need to fill their tanks so they can in turn nurture others. There's tremendous satisfaction in feeling like you're making a difference. It's my experience that most teachers feel that they were called to the profession, that they have a strong desire to make the world a better place by helping their students maximize their potential. If this is your motivation, how unhappy would you be if you felt that you were inadequate at it? Conversely, those teachers who feel that they are impactful express tremendous satisfaction with what they do, even if they wish they made more money. 7, puts you in the role of student. This is crucial for staying connected to the learning experience. It can be isolating to stay only in the role of teacher, authority figure, without ever going around to the other side of the desk. PD asks us to put down our protections and take the risk of learning and trying and possibly failing at something new. The precise behavior we want from our students. It truly helps to experience regularly how vulnerable that can make you feel. 8, improves student outcomes. According to a Queen's University study, students performed 21% better on end-of-year exams in classrooms where the teacher was board certified. Whether that's a function of ambitious teachers who are constantly seeking new strategies or the confidence that the continual growth gives them in the classroom is unclear, but the outcome is not. Those who are constantly growing are building better environments for students. Not all professional development is created equally, though. Here's what the good stuff does. It focuses on specific areas of our teaching, like design, delivery, alignment, assessment. It incorporates active learning, looking for hands-on activities. Think, watch one, do one, teach one. It supports collaboration. Most of the best learning happens with others at all ages. It uses models of effective practice. These should be specific and plentiful, but are not necessarily discipline specific. You, as an English teacher, might learn something amazing in the classroom from a science teacher. Open your mind. It provides mentoring and professional support consistently. You're forging connections with people so that you have support when you try something new. It offers numerous opportunities for feedback and reflection. This is how our long-term memories are stored, so good professional development incorporates this consistently. It is done on a consistent enough basis to achieve lasting change. Think of it as scaffolding your experiences or building on previous successes. It is responsive to educators' needs. Good PD folk, the people who are facilitating the workshops, understand that they need to be flexible and seek a lot of input from participants and perhaps change their plan based on that input. It provides bridges to leadership opportunities. Administration loves teachers who are seeking to improve themselves. It demonstrates a commitment to excellence and to the institution and the students. And finally, it aligns with best practice. Does this list look familiar? Isn't this what we're striving for in our classroom of adult learners? We are adult learners, after all. Combine all that, and what do you get? We can't prepare students for the future without checking it out ourselves and staying current and relevant. And our students are not the only beneficiaries. We will be more satisfied, more connected, more knowledgeable, and we will be amping up the difference we make in the lives of our students.